Work or leisure?
Work.
Texting and talking.
Talking.
What's your favourite day of the week?
Sunday.
What was your first job?
Electrician.
What's your favourite part of Doncaster?
Where I live. Poetry.
How do you pronounce the name backwards?
Kin.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
So, just like to welcome Nick to Bentley Youth Hub for a little bit of an informal chat interview, just so we can get to know our MP a little bit better. I'd like to introduce myself. I am Ben Herring, NYP.
I'm Liam Greaves and I'm the Youth Council Representative for Don Valley Academy.
Yes, Nick Fletcher, MP for Don Valley.
What's your job title and what does your job entail?
MP, Member of Parliament, and the main part of the job really is actually down in Westminster, but my favourite part of the job is actually working in the constituency, which is what I do on a Friday and a Saturday.
And could you tell us a little bit about your programme with the role models that we've had discussions about with the youth council meetings before?
Role models is about giving young people an inspiring role model, a good role model, somebody who's lived a good life, who speaks about the town, who's courteous to one another, who's kind, who's respectful.
How would you advise young people on how to raise the reputation of their areas in regards to how Doncaster is perceived?
We all have a huge influence on the people around us and society as a whole, and the best thing that you can do for Doncaster is speak up about it. And if you see something that you don't like, then contact your councillors, contact your MP if there's something where there can be an improvement made. But actually out in public, on forums, on Facebooks, speak up your town. And if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it. Simple as that.
And we've got lots of questions now from Don Valley constituents, so that's more specific to you and the area you represent. So I'll go from the first one. It's from Ola in Conisbrough. So she said that mental health is voted as one of the top issues for young people in Doncaster every year. Why do you think this is, and how are you addressing that issue?
It is a really, really difficult situation to be in. The government have put £2 billion into mental health. We'll see the fruits of that over the coming years. I don't think the best thing that we can do with each other is talk. And I know a lot of people say talk is cheap, but it's not. You need to talk to each other. You need to be able to help yourself as well, and there's a certain amount of responsibility that you need to put on yourself as well. If you've got a problem with switching the news on and it's always bad and it makes you anxious, then switch it off. But obviously, if you've got issues, you need to talk to somebody.
Have you been double jabbed?
As soon as I could get a jab, I got one. It was the first time I've wanted to be over 50 for quite some time, because obviously they got it first.
And do you have a plan to stop young people moving away from Doncaster to find better job prospects?
Yeah, I think that, but as of September, we've got different businesses going into the different secondary schools of Doncaster, of Don Valley, all the way through next year, and that all these careers are actually available in Doncaster.
What's your opinion on the climate emergency?
It's an emergency. We need to do something about it. I think 2050 is a realistic target, but we need to take the public along with us. We need to see the opportunities that climate change will create rather than thinking of the things that will actually stop us from doing.
Do you think young people play a key part in politics?
Everything that we do now, we're actually doing for you. So just let's take HS2. By the time HS2 is completed, I may well have stopped going up and down to Westminster. We can put in place the things that you think are going to be needed over the next 30 years. People like yourselves, you'll be probably in the middle of your career.
Domestic abuse came at the top of the Make Your Mark this year. How can you help the Youth Council tackle this issue?
I think COVID has made this situation worse. As far as young people are concerned, I think it goes back to role models again. It goes back to the way that we treat each other, the way that we speak to each other, the way that we value each other. I think if we hold those values close to us, then we should all reduce domestic abuse.
How do you see the relationship between NYP and MP being deepened in the future?
I'm here for you. I always tell everybody that if you're a constituent, I'm here for you. You need to use me as much as you can. I'm your voice. That's what I am, your voice in Westminster. Just as I said, if there's things that you're not happy with, then obviously let me know.
How did you get to where you are today?
It's been quite a journey. I run my own business 27 years this September. I've been interested in politics, and you realise when you that the only way that you can actually change things is by actually getting involved, and I encourage everybody to get involved. You won't change anything by shouting at the TV. So I joined the Conservative Party. I went down to the first meeting there, and they were all very welcoming and asked me what I wanted to do, and I told them I wanted to be an MP. I made some inquiries about actually how you became an MP. Now with the Conservative Party, you have to go through what's called a PAB, which is Parliamentary Assessment Bureau, which is pretty much a day's interview, lots of different scenarios. So I was quite pleased to be chosen for Don Valley, and then election was called in 2019. And then it's just a case of go and knock on as many doors as you can.
I just want to thank you again for your time and for your in-depth answers.
No, that's been great. Thanks a lot.